warrior rises from within. There comes a moment in every human life where hesitation becomes unbearable, where you can no longer live inside the smallness you once accepted as good enough. A moment when the excuses that once comforted you now feel like chains wrapped around the fire in your chest. A moment when you feel something ancient begin to stir. A pulse, a pressure, a force waiting to be claimed. This is that moment. The moment where you stop waiting for perfect timing, for ideal conditions, for inspiration, for certainty. You stop waiting because you finally understand that waiting is the slow death of your potential. This is the fourth agreement. Always do your best. Not perfection, not comparison, not performance. Presence, devotion, discipline, effort that honors who you are and who you are becoming. This is the agreement that awakens the inner warrior. Enter the breath of devotion. Welcome to MindShift Chronicles. Walk with us into the breath, into the center of yourself, into the fire that transforms potential into mastery. A warning before you step into the fire. This chapter is not sweet. It is not soft. It will not hold you gently. It will challenge you, confront you, sharpen you. You may feel resistance. You may feel heat. You may feel the old version of you begin to tremble. Good. This agreement is not meant to comfort your weaknesses. It is meant to awaken your strength. If your chest tightens, if your mind tries to run, if your throat feels heavy, breathe. You are approaching the part of your life you've avoided for too long. Step forward. This is where transformation begins. The warrior's final door. This is part 4 of our journey through the 4 agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. You have sharpened your word. You have freed yourself from taking things personally. You have dissolved assumptions. Now you arrive at the agreement that activates all the others. Always do your best. This is the agreement that turns wisdom into embodiment. This is the agreement that builds character, discipline, integrity, momentum, destiny. This is the agreement that makes the warrior whole. Section 1. The moment the warrior is born. Always do your best is not a call to perfection. It is a call to presence. Your best is not a fixed measurement. It shifts with your energy, your emotions, your season of life. Your best today may be weaker than yesterday. Your best tomorrow may surpass every effort you've ever known. And both are valid. Doing your best is not about force. It is about honesty. Honesty about your capacity in this moment and your devotion to giving fully from that capacity. This agreement pulls you out of fantasy and into reality. It brings your power into the present moment. The warrior is not born through victory. The warrior is born through effort. Section 2. The sacred meaning of doing your best. Doing your best means you stop living your life half present, half engaged, half alive. You stop phoning in your effort. You stop giving fragments of your attention. You stop drifting through your days like a ghost, haunting your own potential. Doing your best means you give the moment the respect of your full presence. It does not mean pushing past exhaustion. It does not mean forcing yourself into burnout. It does not mean martyrdom, self-sacrifice, or proving your worth. It means showing up, fully, honestly, without resistance, without self-sabotage, without the constant whisper of later, tomorrow, someday. Doing your best is an act of self-respect and spiritual integrity. It is the warrior's vow. Section 3. The weight you have been carrying. Most people do not do their best, not because they are lazy, but because they carry heavy, invisible burdens. The burden of perfection, the burden of shame, the burden of fear, the burden of old wounds, the burden of comparison, the burden of a past that convinced them their effort did not matter. You may have been told your best was not enough. You may have been punished for failing. You may have been mocked for trying. You may have been ignored when you gave everything you had. So now, a part of you protects itself by giving less than you can. Because if you don't give your best, you can't be judged for your best. If you don't try fully, you can't fail fully. If you hold back, you can't be hurt in the same way again. This is not weakness, it is survival. But survival is not the same as living. And the fourth agreement teaches you the difference. Section 4. The inner workings of human limitation. To transcend limitation, you must understand it. Here is the machinery that keeps humans small. 1. Fear of failure makes effort dangerous. If you believe your value comes from outcomes, effort becomes frightening. 2. Perfectionism paralyzes movement. When flawless is the only acceptable result, the mind refuses to begin. 3. Shame damages self-perception. Old emotional wounds create the illusion that your effort is meaningless. 4. Trauma associates effort with exposure. If you once tried your best and were punished for it, your nervous system learned to hide. 5. Avoidance feels like protection. Procrastination is often the body guarding you from anticipated pain. But here is the deeper truth. When you hold back, your nervous system feels safe, but your soul does not. Your body avoids discomfort. Your spirit avoids regret. And regret is the heavier burden. Doing your best rewires your survival system. It teaches your body that effort is not threat. Effort is liberation. Section 5. The warrior's shadow and the cost of holding back. There is a pain deeper than failure, a pain sharper than embarrassment, a pain heavier than rejection. It is the pain of living beneath your potential, the quiet ache of self-abandonment, the hollow feeling of knowing you held back when the moment asked for more. The shrinking of your own spirit each time you choose comfort over courage. Every time you hold back, something in you dims. A part of you retreats. The warrior inside you pulls further away. Not because you failed. Failure is sacred. Failure strengthens. Failure teaches. But holding back kills possibility. This agreement asks you to stop betraying yourself in the moments that shape your destiny. Because if you shrink enough times, you forget how to rise. Section 6. Turning knowledge into power. Understanding is the seed. Action is the bloom. You internalize this agreement not by thinking, not by talking, not by imagining, but by doing. Here is how embodiment begins. Show up when you don't want to. This builds discipline. Show up when you're afraid. This builds courage. Show up when you feel unprepared. This builds adaptability. Show up when the world is silent. This builds character. Doing your best roots you in the moment. It frees you from regret. It builds trust between you and your future self. Every honest effort sharpens the blade. Section 7. The difference between force and power. Most people burn out because they confuse force with power. Force is frantic, chaotic, desperate. It comes from fear. Power is steady, grounded, purposeful. It comes from alignment. Doing your best is not force. It is power. The warrior does not swing wildly. The warrior strikes intentionally. The warrior does not push past their breaking point. They build strength so they cannot be broken. Your best is meant to elevate you, not exhaust you. Effort becomes effortless when it flows from power. Section 8. Where the warrior is forged. Let us ground this agreement in everyday life, in work and purpose. Doing your best is not overworking. It is working with intention. It is honoring your commitments. It is focusing on the essential. It is refusing the numb comfort of half effort. When you do your best, opportunities expand because your spirit expands. In relationships, doing your best creates trust. It means listening fully, speaking honestly, loving without manipulation, showing up without pretense. When you do your best, you heal the emotional field between you and others. In healing and growth, healing is not linear. Some days your best is breaking a pattern. Some days your best is simply breathing. Both count. In self-discipline, identity is built through repetition. Repetition builds momentum. Momentum builds inevitability. The warrior is forged through daily effort, not occasional inspiration. Section 9. The Warrior's Oath. Every warrior makes a vow, not to the world, not to an audience, not to approval, to themselves. I will not abandon my effort when my future is asking for me. You give your best because your future self is watching. You give your best because your destiny responds to effort. You give your best because devotion is how the warrior honors their own soul. This vow is the foundation of personal power. The long road of becoming. Doing your best is not a single moment. It is not a one-time decision. It is the long road of becoming. There will be days you rise easily, days where discipline is a gift, days where purpose feels electric under your skin. And there will be days where rising feels impossible, where your mind resists, where old patterns call you back. The warrior walks anyway. Every step on this road reshapes your identity. Every effort rewrites your future. The world may call it luck when they finally see your transformation, but you will know the truth. It was built quietly, privately, patiently, one honest effort at a time. Section 10. The cost of living below your potential. There is a price for holding back, not the price of failure. That price is light. The price of self-abandonment is heavy. It shows up as restlessness, as irritability, as envy, as insecurity, as the quiet certainty that you could be more if only you tried. You feel it when you wake up unfulfilled. You feel it when you watch others rise and know you are rising too slowly. You feel it in the hollow ache of unrealized potential. Doing your best is how you reclaim the parts of you that have been starving for your own effort. Section 11. The warrior's relationship with failure. Failure does not break the warrior. Avoidance does. Failure is a forge. Failure is feedback. Failure is the universe showing you the next adjustment you need to make. When you do your best, failure becomes an ally, a directional force instead of a personal shame. You stop seeing failure as a verdict and start seeing it as refinement. This is how the warrior evolves. A breath before the ascent. If this message is strengthening something in you, a fire, a hunger, a readiness, take a moment to like this video and subscribe. It helps this work reach others ready to rise into their own power. Section 12. The spiritual edge of effort. In Toltec wisdom, doing your best is divine collaboration. It is you meeting life halfway. It is you participating in your own becoming. Effort is prayer. Discipline is devotion. Presence is ceremony. You become a vessel through which intention flows into form. A warrior is not someone who defeats others. A warrior is someone who masters themselves. Section 13. The warrior's gift to relationships. When you do your best in relationships, you stop expecting others to fill your gaps. You stop resenting them for what you are not giving. You stop projecting your unmet effort onto the people you love. Doing your best creates balance. It creates mutual respect. It removes emotional debris. Two people doing their best create a relationship that can withstand storms. Section 14. When effort becomes freedom. When you always do your best, regret dissolves. Self-judgment loses power. Shame weakens. Comparison fades. Perfectionism unravels. The inner critic quiets. Because if you truly did your best, there's nothing left to punish yourself for. This agreement frees your mind and unburdens your heart. Effort becomes liberation. Section 15. The warrior returns to truth. Let us return to truth. Always do your best. Not because the world demands it, not because others expect it, not because perfection is required. Do it because your future is shaped by your present. Do it because devotion sharpens the spirit. Do it because discipline builds destiny. Do it because effort is the warrior's language of honor. This agreement is how you live a life you respect. The ascension of the inner warrior. Stand tall now. Feel your breath deepen. Feel your spine lengthen. Feel your center awaken. You have walked through all 4 agreements. Your word, your perception, your clarity, your devotion, mind, emotion, interpretation, action. This is your initiation. You are no longer the one who waits. You are the one who moves. You are no longer the one who doubts. You are the one who acts. You are no longer the one who hopes. You are the one who becomes. This is the warrior's awakening. The path continues. Thank you for completing this journey. The 4 agreements are not an ending. They are a beginning, a foundation, a compass, a path into mastery. We'll see you in the next chapter of your awakening. A final bit of wisdom. May your devotion become the fire that forges your destiny.